Well, this is BTB 106.6 FM. It's Drive Time with Joe Shearer and myself, John Gill, with a little help from Liz Jenkins. And joining us on the line now, it's Ingram Jones, who's a Community Champion Award winner. And Ingram, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, I've just described you as a Community Champion Award winner. What have you won?
It's basically the opportunity for people. A lot of people took part being nominated by the Community Channel, and they wanted to see people who were in the community doing work and, kind of reward them for the work they've been doing. And I'd been nominated. I don't know who nominated me, but I'd been nominated. And I saw what was going on. I thought, okay, I'll be a part of this. And before I knew it, I was in the top 5, and I didn't move out of the top 5. It'd been advertised nationally around the country. And, I was successful enough to be in the top 5. And was recognised for the work I was doing. That's
excellent. And what have you been doing? Because you're actually linked with young people in cricket, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. I'm split in 2 places. I do some work in High Wycombe, as my cricket club is a Little Mile Cricket Club. And from there, I've in the last 3 years, I've been coaching 10 years. The last 3 years, I set up a youth section there. And this year, they've won up the under-12s, the under-13s, under-14s leagues, which is fantastic. We've got 3 guys playing county cricket now, and on the flip side of all of that, in Kent, Gravesend, I was invited there because of my work, which was shown on Sky this year, by a gentleman called James Bradford, to start doing cricket with Kent, and we're doing some work down there now. So we're getting some kids involved with cricket, and it's all good. It's all good.
Could I ask a question, Ingram?
Go ahead.
I trail my coat here a bit. Is the England team doing well in the Antipodes because they're very, very good? Or is it because Australia are very, very bad?
I think England are playing excellent cricket at the moment. To be honest, I'll be honest and say that I didn't actually think that they would do well. I thought it would be the same old story, but they've gone out, they've played very well, they've batted very well, they've bowled very well. They've outclassed the Australians, to be honest, and as England supporter, that's fantastic. It's great news, and I think by Christmas time we'll be having the Ashes nicely wrapped up, and all good.
The answer to both those questions is yes. Isn't it?
we think so. We hope so.
Yeah.
Can you recognise the talents easily? Because you're coaching young people, aren't you?
Yeah, but I had the opportunity to go to Australia a couple of years back to do some coaching over there. I was out there for 8 months, and out there picked up for the adults the 1-day title and the 2-day title. But things are so different out there in terms of the way they scout their kids, and their kids are playing cricket a lot earlier, whereas we in England kind of look after kids a bit more. And so, like, when they're 12 and 13, when they get to 13, that's when they can start playing adult cricket. But where in Australia, they're playing adult cricket when they're 10 and 11, and over there, they're playing cricket for 80 overs. Over here in England, our kids are playing cricket for 20 overs. So there's a massive difference.
That's interesting to hear you say that, because the different approaches to coaching football, there's quite a lot of debate around that, isn't there? And people are suggesting that playing on the big pitch and playing competitive games at a young age is not the way forward. Ball skills and that sort of thing is the way forward. It seems more like in the cricket world, kids, well, certainly in Australia, kids are encouraged to get involved in the proper game, as it were, much younger.
I think for me, to start with, kids need to be able to enjoy themselves, have fun, enjoy what they're doing, Technical stuff can be worked on afterwards, but the most important thing is that they enjoy themselves and they're having fun. They're playing the game with freedom. And then with that, they're more prepared afterwards to do the technical stuff afterwards. What we have in this country, from what I've noticed, in my opinion, is that we're too quick to coach our kids, and they all become almost very manufactured. Whereas if you look at Australia, in India, South Africa, all these kids, you see them playing cricket, a lot of them is just natural talent. Lots of them just natural talent. And then the coaches are just going around just chiseling away and just keep them to keep the talent they actually have without over-coaching them. And that's why we in the past, we've had issues. But it seems to be now with England, they've got an array of talent, and they're actually using that talent to the best of their ability now, which is why now, at the test level, we're doing so well.
Oh, very interesting. So, Ingram, you are a Community Champion Award winner. What did you win?
The opportunity now for a documentary to be done on myself and the other 4 winners showing the work that we're doing in the community, which will be shown on Sky, which is amazing, brilliant.
Yes, it is, isn't it? That's great. And do you know when that will be being filmed?
That's going to be in spring 2011, so, you know, any time in spring it's going to be. And it'll be fantastic because it gives other people the opportunity to see. I mean, I was the only one in the nominations that I knew that was doing cricket.
Yeah.
And I'm, like I said, I'm covering an area from Kent right through to Buckinghamshire, which is quite a huge area to cover.
Yes.
So it's an opportunity to see that and see what the sport was all about, really.
And that's going to raise your profile, isn't it, in the game as well? So do you have ambition to move on to a higher level?
I think for me, I want to be able to be in a position where I can say I'd go to an area, set up either an academy or to make sure that more young people are able to access the sport. That's the most important thing for me, because one of the academies that was set up in High Wycombe, a school-based academy called Booker Hill, we worked with the Extended Schools Partnership, and they provided £8,000 of funding for kids who wasn't able to play cricket, because it costs a lot of money to play cricket. You know,
yes.
The equipment costs a lot of money, and so with this funding, kids were able to come to the cricket club because they weren't able to get to the cricket club because their parents couldn't afford to get them to the cricket club. So there's funding for them to get taxis or to get minicabs to get to the club, to get back, for them to pay for the equipment, to pay for their matches, to pay for their training fees. So it's all subsidised, so it's all free. So it's a fantastic thing, and if that could happen up and down the country, you know, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely so, yes. Well, congratulations on your success.
Thank you. Just before I go,
yes?
could you please, my website is www.bayloric, which is BAYLORIC.com. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
www.bayloric.com, which has got all the information or stuff we're doing at the moment, and trying to get the profile, as I'm saying, up so we can get more help and support in the work we're doing.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We'll watch out for you on television.
Thank you very much.
And thanks very much for joining us today.
Thanks again.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.